Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I hope this video sees the light of day. My name is Berry Dakara and I used to be a regular blogger at berrydakara.com. I also, should I say used to, I still have the blog, I just don't really update it much. I also used to kind of regularly almost update this YouTube channel, which I also do not, even though I have the best intentions. No, seriously, I film all the time and I just never post anything. And then I also have a podcast called Mommy Oyoyo, which I used to also, it just doesn't sound good for me at all, but I used to podcast regularly a few years ago. And that was a podcast that was geared towards African moms and moms of African descent and origin in the diaspora, where we talked about all things motherhood. So that's me. She's now 6 years old. My daughter is 6 years old. And today I want to talk about dating as a single mom. Backstory: I got married in 2013, December 2013. Hey, this December would have made it 10 years if we were still together, but obviously we're not because I'm talking about dating in this video, right? Dating as a single mom. Anyway, we got married 2013 and we officially got divorced in January of 20 what year are we in? 2023. We officially got divorced January of 2022. However, if you ask some people, they will tell you that my marriage was over just as I was giving birth to my daughter 6 years ago in 2017, or they might say maybe the year before was when, well, the year before was when things really started getting bad. I never talked about like why I got divorced and things, that I'm still not going to, but we did get divorced. And since I want to say 2018 or 2019, people have been encouraging me to start dating. I actually had a friend who was trying to hook me up with a guy as far back as, I want to say 2019 or 2020. And I was just like, dude, no thanks, but no thanks. I'm not ready. And all of these things. Even though my ex had already moved on, he's currently married and has been married for over a year. Um, but yeah, my friend was trying to hook me up, and I was just like, no, I'm not ready, and all of that. And the person he was trying to hook me up with, I think he is married now. So my friend, every now and then, would be like, just look at what you missed, just look at what you missed. But the thing was, I just wasn't ready to start dating. There are a few things. Number one, I wasn't emotionally ready to move on, isn't the word. Like, I had moved on from my ex, but I just wasn't ready to start looking or being looked for emotionally. And then there's also the thing of, I guess, maybe being used to the single life. Yeah, being used to the single life. I actually had a friend recently who said that he thinks that the reason why I haven't really started dating properly is because I'm so used to the way things are, and that it would be hard for me to insert someone into me and my daughter's lives. To which I said he might have a point. That's not why I'm single still, or that's not why I haven't dated, but he has a point. I used to wonder about like older Nigerian aunties that were widowed or divorced and never got married. And I always used to wonder, like, why didn't they get married again? Right? And since I'm in that situation myself now, I think I understand a little bit better, because it's like I've been living my life for the past 6 years, taking care of my daughter. Things have been, yeah, we've had tough times. We have, but she is all the, or the situation that we're in, this stress that we have, the regular normal stresses of life that we have right now, I can handle them. I'm used to them, right? And if there's anybody that's going to come along and add 10% stress to my load already, nah, no, please. Like, I just, no, I don't want anybody to come and stress me further than I'm already stressed, right? And also vice versa. I don't want to be a stressor to someone's life either. But yeah, where was I going? So okay, so that was one thing. That's another thing, right? Was number one, I wasn't emotionally ready. And then two, my life is kind of like I'm used to my life as it is now. Although I would like to make room for someone. And then number three, I wasn't divorced yet. So when people were telling me to start dating in 2018, 2019, I'm like, I'm not divorced yet. I'm not going to go and start dating. I don't want to meet someone. I like them, they like me, and then I have to start telling them, oh, yeah, see, so we're not divorced yet, or we haven't filed for divorce yet. I'm just separated. Some people do it. In fact, I've met some guys on dating apps who are just separated and they're dating already. That's your cup of tea. It wasn't my cup of tea. I wanted to be completely, fully divorced, as in judge has signed off, everybody has signed off, and I'm completely divorced. I wanted that to be my reality before moving forward to start dating. And so when I got divorced officially in January of last year, everyone was like, okay, fine, now you're finally divorced. Can you start dating? And dating now is not the same thing as dating was back in 2010, 2011. I feel like back then, men were still walking up to women and talking to them like, oh, hey, how are you? How's your day going? Blah, blah, blah. Like, kind of cute, whatever. Let me get your number and all of that, or at parties and things. And now all of the dating is done, or rather, most of the dating is done online on apps. And I don't like the apps. I like almost detest the apps. So I'll tell you, in March of last year, 2022, a friend of ours was visiting and she basically forced me to download, it was Hinge. She created my profile, added pictures and everything. I was like, okay, boom, you need to start dating now. And I will tell you, within a month or two, I was like, nope, definitely not for me. I hate this. I detest this. And I deleted the app. I was just done. For me, like there are different factors. It's like you don't know any of these people from anywhere. You don't know their backgrounds. You don't know if they're crazy. You don't know if they're a serial killer. You don't know a lot of information. You're just going by someone's pictures and what they've written in their profiles. And that is a little bit scary to me. Right. And then you also have the issues of fraud, right? Like people just like fraudsters using people's pictures to go on there and create fake profiles and everything and then try to scam people of their money. You hear about those things all the time. So there's that. Then there's also the thing of it just seems like people are so disposable using this system because to me, I'm looking at it like it's almost like I have a magazine of people, of men. I'm interested in men. I have a magazine of men and I'm just flipping through, flipping through, flipping through, and no, I don't like this one. No, I don't like this one. No, I don't like this one. And then they're doing the same thing to me and to other people. It just seems like people are so disposable. You chat with someone for like, I don't know, 2 days, and it's like, oh no, I don't like this person. Boom, on match. It just seemed like a lot. And because I guess it was my first foray into dating in over 10 years, it was just too much. And yeah, it was just like, nope. Then I think another factor too was I wasn't quite sure or clear on what I wanted. So I chatted with this guy, like, this was last year, the first time I tried app dating. I chatted with this guy who came on and was like, "Hey, how are you? I like your photos. What I like what I read. I like what I see in your profile. So what is it that you're looking for?" And my response was, "Well, I'm not entirely sure because like this is my first foray into dating since I got divorced and I was married for almost however many years. It's been maybe 10 years or so since I dated properly. So, I'm just kind of trying to like test the waters out there." And he's like, "Okay, but what is it that you're looking for? Like, are you looking for a serious relationship? Are you looking to just date casually? Are you looking to just hook up? Are you looking to..." And I really couldn't give him a straight answer. And dude unmatched like with the quickness. With the quickness. He was like, "Yeah, no, because I'm trying..." I think he told me that he was looking for a serious relationship at the time that would lead to marriage. And I was just like, well, I mean, I've only just started dating again or trying to test the water. So, anyway, so there was that. And because I just wasn't sure, I'm like, see, let me just leave it alone for now. Like, I'm fine. Coco and I are fine. Yeah, there's sometimes that I get lonely. There are times that I want some emotional support. There's sometimes I really just want to be hugged. Like somebody just come and hug me, okay? Just give me a peck on the forehead or something. Just hold me or something. There are times, listen, I'm not I'm not stoned, right? Um, but overall it was just like this is too much right now. So I deleted the app. That was Hinge. It's not that I don't believe people can't meet their spouses or have like proper relationships from app dating. My sister married her husband, they met on Hinge. So that wasn't it, but I just wasn't ready at the time. Fast forward to this year, and I hope you didn't hear that, but fast forward to this year, this is 2023, and my aunt was visiting me and my cousin. And she was just like, "I don't know what you people are doing. I don't know what you people are doing. I mean, if I was your age," I'm 40. No, I'm 41, sorry. She was like, "If I was your age, you think I'll just be sitting down at home every weekend, like, oh, my children, no, watching TV, oh, I'm taking my children here, taking my children." Like, I don't know what people are doing. You guys are not serious. People are not serious. Like me, I would have been dating, I'd be going out, I'd be going on trips, I'd be doing that. But like, I go on trips. I go out and things, but a lot of our outings are family based. It's me, my sister, my cousin, the three of us with our five children combined. That's a lot of our outings. So we haven't really made space for men folk, right? But I think that was kind of like the push that said to me, made me say, okay, maybe we should try this again, right? So I downloaded Hinge, and again, I just wasn't having the most pleasant experience. Actually, no way, hang on. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. In I think it was April. Yeah. I downloaded in April and I started chatting with this Nigerian guy who, you know what? He seemed like a really nice guy. We like within a couple of days he had asked for my phone number, which okay, fine. I don't talk about that. I need to talk about that. On the apps here, a lot of these men will ask for your number like right out. And for me, I'm like, that's a bit forward. I don't know you, you don't know me. Why are you asking for my phone number? And which doesn't make any sense because Shibi, I said that I miss the days when you're out and you meet a guy, you guys are chatting and everything. I was like, oh, what's your number? And then give it to him. It's not the same thing. It's the same thing. But somehow in this digital age, there's just a thing of cybersecurity and digital privacy and all of these things. So uh, when guys would ask for my phone number like right out like on the apps, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't know if you're a serial killer. So like bye. And you don't know if I'm a serial killer either. So yeah, bye. But this guy, like, and I, we were chatting. It got a little bit flirtatious and everything. And he asked for my phone number. He called me very quickly. We actually had a video call too. And it was a really nice, pleasant chat that we had. Um, he lived kind of far away from me, which I wasn't too thrilled about, but like we had a nice chat, and he asked to meet up, which funny enough, I was actually open to meeting up with him because we had talked about our families, talked about our backgrounds, talked about our children. He said he was okay, so this was one thing I didn't like. He said that he had only just filed for divorce, but he's been separated for a year, which I'm like, oh, okay, well, how long have you been on the apps? How long have you been dating? And he said 8 months. I was like, oh, so you just started dating as soon as you got separated? He said, yeah, but before I would or whatever. And I'm like, hmm, hmm. But I was actually willing to meet up with him. And then another, I guess, red flag was he forgot about the meetup. He was working and I think he got carried away with work. And there I am, almost ready to leave my house, and I haven't heard from him. We haven't decided where exactly we're going to. So I reached out to him like, hey, how far? He said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I got carried away with work, blah, blah, blah. But then he never really made plans, firm plans to meet up again. I figured, okay, let's just take like a few more days to get to know each other. And like he would call me. He would call me in the evening, we'd be chatting throughout the day. He'd call me in the mornings on my way to work and all of that. And the chats were nice. We talked about parenting, we talked about, you know, growing up in Nigeria, living here and everything, our families. The chats were nice. But then the thing that bugged me the most was that he would comment on how endowed I am and how he can't wait to taste that. And that was just off putting, right? Because I know I'm endowed and I get a little bit wary when there's a little focus on my body. I do. I get a little bit concerned because it's like, is that all that you're looking for? And a bunch of my guy friends who I talked about this whole situation with, they're like, guy's just looking to smash now. He's just looking to smash. He's not like serious. He's not looking for a serious relationship. And to be fair, he did say that because he was just getting divorced, he wasn't trying to like get married again, like not anytime soon or being in a serious relationship soon. So I got that. But my concern was, are you talking to, like, I don't know how many women you're chatting with. I don't know how many women you've met on the app. Are you sleeping with all of them or talking to all of them like this? Or is it because I'm also Nigerian? Like, I would think that as a gentleman, you would, should I say is respect, or I don't know. It just felt like a little too forward for me, especially since we'd only been chatting for a few days. It wasn't up to like a whole entire week. And then you're making comments like this already. So, I just kind of pulled away. He definitely pulled away as well once he saw that I wasn't trying to give up the cookies. So that was interesting. And well, since then, I've chatted with a few. So, okay, wait, hang on. After that experience, I found out about another app. Actually, no, I didn't just find out. I'd heard about it last year when it just started. It's called Stir, and it is targeted to single parents. There are non parents on the app as well, but the target market is single parents because, as it says, as a single parent, you don't have a lot of time to go out to, for dates and things, on dates and things. So, um, when you're filling out the questionnaire and everything, your profile, it's asking you when are the times that you're available to go out on dates, and then they use some of that information to help match you with other potential dates, right? And I'll tell you though that I've gotten more activity on Stir than I did with Hinge. Although I have to wonder if it's because I paid for a friend of mine paid for a membership on Stir for me. So maybe that's what it is. Because I had the free version of Hinge. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But I've had more action or more activity on Stir than I had on Hinge. I have some of the things that I'm just like not interested in. Like if a man has more than two children, for me it's an automatic no, because I never wanted more than two children in the first place. So I have one. I feel like for me the ideal situation would be a guy that has one child, highest two, or maybe no children of his, which then brings another thing though, because I don't want to have more kids. As in, I don't want to physically be pregnant and have more children. I'm over 40. I know that women over 40 can have healthy pregnancies and everything. It's just, I feel like I'm done. I don't want to start all over again. So that's another thing. Um, and my mom and my sister, my cousins, they just laugh at me with this one. I like tall guys. You guys know what my ex was like. Like, he was really, really tall. And so sometimes that comes into play, but I'm starting to change a little bit, because at the end of the day, it's not heights that's going to make your relationship work, right? I'm looking for shared values. There was a guy I was chatting with for a little bit who is really, really nice, very, very nice, but he's not Christian, and I would need to marry a fellow Christian like I am as well. And yeah, just a couple other things like that. I haven't actually gone on a date with anybody. I'm hoping that this year, at least it's 2023, that I go on a date. I really would like to go on a date. Let me just see what it's like. Ooh, I should tell you though. In March, I went out with my sister and my cousin. We went for a friend's birthday party, and there was this guy at the bar who, in my mind, he looked like Jason Momoa. He did. And this guy was staring at me, and I was also like, we were catching eyes. We were throwing looks to each other. But he was across the bar, and my girls were with me. And at a point, they left. My sister and my cousin, they left because I thought that they were giving space for him to come talk to me, because he was still staring at me. But then he never did. And someone else came to talk to me. This other guy came to talk to me. Nice chap and everything, but he's married, which I'm like, okay, if you're married, why come talk to me? Like, do you not see that I'm positioning myself for Jason to come and talk to me? Right? Right? And yeah, the guy just never came to talk to me. And before I knew it, he had left the club and everything. We were at a Latin dancing club. But my sister and my cousin were like, well, why didn't you, like when we left you, we assumed that you were going to go and talk to him yourself. And I'm like, nobody told me that. I thought you, like, I guess in a way, I'm still kind of traditional in that the man is supposed to approach the woman, but it seems like I'm doing a bit too much in that way, in that manner, and that I should have approached him. And sometimes up until now, this happened in March, this is June, and sometimes I still think about that guy like, chai, my Jason just passed me by. Just pass me by. I've thought about maybe going back to the club though to go and see if he'll be there. It sounds desperate, but it's really not. It's just he was really, really cute. Another thing with dating is I don't know that I want to do long distance. I don't know, because I guess I've been without a relationship for the better part of 7 years, right? Because when my ex and I moved over, moved back here, well, when I moved back here, my ex was still in Nigeria, so we weren't really in physical proximity. And I just don't know that I want to put myself in a situation where whoever it is I'm dating is so far away that I can't see them, they can't see me. Like, I need some some atom of proximity. I prefer the person lives in the greater Atlanta area as well, so that we can see pretty often. Like, I don't want to have to get to the point of, well, who's going to move to which city or which state or which country. I don't want to do that. And I think some of it might be stemming from not trauma, But when I got divorced, if I didn't have my support system, my family with me, I don't know how I would have survived. I don't know how I would have survived. And the thought of moving away from my support system scares the heck out of me. So I wouldn't want a situation where I have to move somewhere else. At the same time, though, I don't necessarily want anyone to be moving because of me. Like, if you're already moving here for something else, awesome. But that you're moving here because of Barry, I'll just feel bad, and I feel like I'd feel some kind of pressure. So, let's see, what else do I want to talk about with dating? I feel like, to be honest, I feel like dating someone from your past, someone that you know from your past, maybe as friends or acquaintances or something, I almost feel like it's easier than meeting someone brand new. Because if it's someone that you already know from before, you already have a rhythm, you already have a pattern of, communication or whatever. Whereas with someone new, it's, oh, so what's your name? Oh, so like, what's your favorite color? So like, what are your hobbies? Like, oh, what's your favorite movie and things like that. And it just seems, I know that's not how conversations go, but it just seems like it's like the most basic information. You're starting completely from scratch. So there's that. Then something else that I think about when it comes to dating is, what is it? What is it? It was right here. I can't remember what was on the tip of my tongue. I can't. But some other things I think about when it comes to dating again would be like, because my marriage failed, would I like, am I wise enough? You know, I think so. I was gonna say, like, am I wise enough to make a better decision next time? Because I do want to get married again. I do. I know a lot of my divorced friends who say that they don't want to get married again, but I do. But something that I thought about before was, if I made a poor choice the last time, how would I know that I'm making a wise choice this time? Like a choice that would last forever and ever and ever again. I also have to think about my daughter when I'm thinking about a dating situation, because I'm not just dating someone who will be my boyfriend slash future husband. I'll be dating someone that will be her stepfather, of which my child really, 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 really wants a stepfather. Really. She tells me that almost every day. And I'm not dating for her, to be very clear. I'm not dating for her. But I have to be very, very, I have to be somewhat selective, right? When it comes to dating. There's this almost societal expectation that because I'm a single mom or because I'm a divorced mom, that I should be willing to take anybody and everybody that shows an interest. And it's like, actually, no, I should be, I should have more scrutiny now because I have a child, because there's a child involved, and her safety is my top priority, she's my number one concern, right? So I'm not just gonna date anybody. People are like, well, you come with baggage. Okay, well, everybody has baggage too, whether you're single or not. Everybody does. So just that my baggage is different from your baggage, right? Um, I remember what I wanted to talk about. Sima auntie and matchmaking. You know what? I don't think it's actually such a bad prospect. I really, really don't. I'm not saying like I want to be in an arranged marriage or anything, but I think the prospect of um matchmaking is not such a bad one, because the matchmaker has already gone to do their homework, right? And they're presenting you with a few options of people who they believe, based on your preferences and based on your background, would likely mesh or match. And so I actually don't mind the prospect of matchmaking. Will I pay for it? No, because I don't have a lot of money, but I don't mind the prospect of that. Um, what else? What else? I want to make sure that I touch every topic about dating. What else? I think that's everything I wanted to cover regarding dating. Um, I'm open. I'm open to seeing what's out there. I'm open to let love come back in. Hang on, I want to talk about something. I took this program. It's called Divorce Care, and it's a is it 13 week about 13-week program where they go over helping you heal from divorce. I think they would like to see marriages reconciled, but in the event that they don't, they're trying to help you heal from divorce. And one of the things they talked about was not dating within a year or two of separating and divorcing. So I just wanted to throw that out there. They have, I think there are some online slash virtual classes that they have or programs that they have, and they're international. So if you live in a different country outside of the US or Canada, check out divorcecare.org or it's divorcecare.com. One of them. Check them out to that's if you're divorced. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about regarding dating. I am open and we will see how it goes. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I will catch you hopefully next time this year. Amen.